Oh well. There we go. Now my monotonous freaking internal dialogue where I just talk to myself. I can at least put this out. So in 1981, $1,000, your buying power for $1,000 in 1981 is equivalent of having like $35,000. So if you have ever in last year had $1,000 in your pocket, thanks to inflation, if you hold on to $1,000 in 40 years, well, shit, because once the exponential math kicks in, once the exponential math kicks in, well, if you that $1,000 in 1981, that's like $1,000 would be like having $35,000 in your pocket today. So through the magic of worshiping the stock market, we've had 35 times inflation. So if you had invested your friggin' dollar, if you had invested your $1,000 for retirement appropriately and hadn't touched or make any changes whatsoever in your 401k, if your investment account was untouched since 1981, you have $35,000 off your friggin' $1,000 investment in a mere 40 years. And in a mere 40 years, my savings, which I have not touched because I didn't want to gamble in the stock market, it's gone down. It's worth like. It's like $135. Yeah, it's worth $3. It's like worth $5 now. Some $1,000. No, it's worth more than that. Let's see. 1/35. So 3 times 5. We're gonna do it. So 5. So 1,000 has 3. Well, let's cut it a third and take a 1 out of it. So $33,000. No, $333. So yeah. So $10? Yeah, it would be $10. Not $3,300. It wouldn't be $100, so it'd be $10 for each. I'd have $30 in my pocket. Woohoo! My $1,000 that I decided not to freaking give to the Wall Street money machine to help lubricate the wheels. My $1,000 in savings is now worth $30. Oh man, the only way you can do it is by investing in the stock market. Otherwise, it's going to be worth nothing. At this rate of inflation, man, my $35 is going to be worth $3 next year. I should invest. Well, at least he's got his villain beard. At least he's got his villain wax on. Yeah, at least Biden's got his villain wax on today. Oh, David Rockefeller, I want to take you bowling, you piece of shit. I'm going to send you to meet the Reverend you beat to death for asking for a little bit. Because he didn't read the rules and laws. But you know what, David Rockefeller? I don't think you read the laws either. You engaged. You freaking tore up train tracks to keep people's products from. You banned other people's oil refineries from using the rail lines that the federal government created. You used the federal government creations of taxpayers to kill them. You fucking Rockefeller, what are you? Because you were 108, you were 90 years old back in the day. But money does do life extension. And fucking you are overdoing hell, sir. I want to get laid with my wife tonight. She was with another man. Is that Giggle? Did little Chucky, did she go home with another man make you fucking Giggle John Wolfram? John Wolfram of Waco, Texas. Did watching my wife go to bed with a man right in front of me make you fucking giggle, you fucking piece of shit? I'm gonna fucking break your fucking face on the fucking Capitol steps. I will burn your house down. I will drag your entire family out, Biden, every fucking wreck, and I will tear them and skin them on the public square. You are a traitor to the United States. You are a traitor to the United States. I accuse you of collaborating with the Chinese to murder U.S. service members. No food for you. If you see him coming to the fucking White House, you spit in his food. You do not fucking... Yeah, he can walk around with his armed security guards, but you don't serve them. They can lock fucking cops out of fucking Starbucks, so you can lock him out of everywhere. Stay in fucking your capital. Stay in your little fucking Oreo city. Because we're going to set it on fire. Because that little glowy through all the fucking satellites. Yeah, we'll just look for that little fucking glowy surrounded by a fucking army. Not you, fucker. Not you, you fucking piece of shit. Oh, IMF. John Perkins, Confessions of an Economic Hitman. You felt really guilty about that, huh? You just fucking ratting out other bankers, getting them to chase down somebody trying to do honest business. Congratulations, you're the king of the world. And we will make a fucking statue to let everybody know you were once king of the world. And then we will break it. No, not your statue. I'm going to break every fucking bone in your body. And hang you up in a fucking cage. So that they can see. When they see that man coming back, he's a great man. You take down those statues of fucking criminals. It's like taking water posters can only be up for so long. But you put that fucking... Jefferson Davis said, don't fucking surrender. You had no right to surrender for the fucking Confederacy's president. You were a fucking little pissant general. Faggot. Faggot Lee. See, it says the confession. This is Life and Shadows of Confederate Prison, guys. Homer is still trying to arrange you to help to keep up the morale. We're gonna break out of here, boys. And fucking Jefferson Davis' mansion's right next door. See? I mean, I told you. Jefferson Davis says his Buffalo Soldiers are equal to us Union forces. That's why they keep sending them up north as raiding parties. Now we got the $15,000 Schleichman Judy. Then now we got the fucking Jew plantation with their 20,000 slaves. The textile mills. See, I told you Tapestry would be big one day because we're going to wrap this fucking slave driver up and fucking burn him alive after breaking all his bones. We're going to make sure Darren the Witch goes with Sam. Yeah, Darren. Hey, Durwood. Are you ready to fucking be tied to a stake and burnt? Witch. Yeah, imagine running the entire federal government for the sole purpose of benefiting your businesses. Yeah, if you don't invest with Mr. Biden's companies here, you're lose. Oh, that's when Abraham of the Jew, fucking the owner of the casinos. Oh, fucking yeah, invest in Las Vegas because that's an easy to fucking get to and fun with no water and fucking dilapidated housing. But it's a good thing he keeps the fucking hotspot on his Hollywood casino phone on, so I know where he got Plotius at all times. Dipshit. Yeah, you want to just find the hotspot. Just turn your little fucking hotspot on your casino. It thinks they're usually a block away. Just everybody get it when you got fucked over and go get your money back because they're walking around with their hotspots on to be able to legally gamble in the virtual geography space because it's banned in this country or in most states. And now you're gonna hold a citizen of Utah fucking because you fucking let them gamble in a place that it's illegal. You run gambling operations up here, you go to fucking jail. You send a bookie to hurt somebody because you did a legal gambling operation, you're gonna meet the real bookies. Because your bookies work for people. And bookies don't know who they work for because they're dumb. I'm trying to break. As far as picking my own selection of music, I know I can pick songs and I just have to do that again, I guess. I know I put. Let me see. Let me find. I'm gonna stick with Pandora. They do licensing. They don't have everything because I'll have them grayed out and say we don't have the licensing for this, so you can't listen to this album because. Friggin' a catalog of 30 albums, 10 albums either. Different record companies produced it, new contracts. You gotta pay the writers. There's a lot. The play a streaming. They say the artist only gets like a penny or something. Well, what about the singer-songwriter and the producers who made your album? The more people you have making your album, the more profit you have to share with people depending on what they did it for. Yeah, I mean, this is. You think I'm just one person, and it's like, apparently my ID is such a fucking embarrassment that if they announce, everybody thinks they're working with Kevin Sprague, and but in a way they are, but not that one, not the genius one.
And I think it's, it didn't surprise me despite all the claims beforehand that he's now set up a content moderation board. I think he would be smart not to be the face of content moderation globally himself. I think diffusing that responsibility and getting good advice as far as what to do is a smart move, and hopefully it's heading in that direction. But I think advertising is going to remain critical. Twitter has to be a safe place with rules about what kind of speech is tolerated and not tolerated. And I'm sure they can amend the rules somehow from what they are today. But actually, my prediction is it doesn't change in time. We'll see.
Do you think that what the company's been doing has been satisfactory on that front?
I'm not going to say it's been satisfactory, but I think that the rules that they've set up are largely reasonable. And I think my prediction is that the rules that are ultimately set up won't differ markedly from the rules that are set up today. I mean, let's not forget, 10, 12 years ago, Twitter didn't have rules. You could say really anything, and then over time, we started to see the problems with that. Where, people like ISIS were sharing photographs of beheadings on Twitter. And is that free speech? Is that something that we want on the platform? It's not illegal to share a picture of a beheading, but is that something that you want on the platform?
I still can't
And so there were really some extreme cases that led us to, create certain rules for what was tolerated.
And he's like talking about the party, and I'm like, man, that's the party that everyone got banned at. I still cannot believe people were getting hit at the fucking party where he's supposed to invite all these good streamers. Like somebody was trying to get people banned there. I feel like, how do you just start having? Maybe I don't go to enough parties. I don't know what parties people be going to. I've never been to.
Anti-Semitism now, which is really heated up around, use of the N-word.
People just start sucking each other off.
This weekend.
I don't know, man. That seems sus. That sounds like a setup. Yeah, it sounds like a setup.
It's such a gray area.
Intentionally trying to get people banned.
Content moderation.
I think it's a great question. There are tons of gray areas.
Like, what the fuck kind of Halloween party is this? When we said a treat, we meant like Skittles or some shit. Calm down with the fellatio.
Kind of some of the comments that you made prior to closing the acquisition, sort of those sweeping generalizations about speech.
Trying to get some Starburst. Like, chill. Jesus. We're getting vacuumed.
There's some indications that he sees it as being a more complicated problem than maybe he was implying previously, which I think is a real positive. I'll also say one other thing. The tone that he brings to the platform himself as a user of the platform is very important. And I think that's one area where I hope is a bit better. I think he's reacting to certain things. He's trolling on people all the time.
Maybe I just don't go to people parties.
He thinks it's funny or maybe it is.
I've never been to a party where people start doing sexual
and the
shit.
tone he sets is important. In terms
Then again, I only go to parties at church, so.
norms that the platform has their rules and norms. And I think that both